All right, let's talk about something that is, well, it's a whole new frontier in software development. We're not just talking about giving a developer an AI assistant anymore. We're talking about giving them an entire AI workforce. It's a system called Gastown, and it represents a really radical shift in how we build things.
So, right out of the gate, here's a direct warning from its creator. This isn't a tool for most developers. Not even close. It's for that very, very small group of people who are already trying to juggle 5, 10, or even more AI coding agents all at once and are discovering that trying to coordinate them by hand is becoming an absolute nightmare. And that is the core problem Gastown was built to fix. Once you have that many AI agents working in parallel, things just get messy. Really messy. They crash, they completely forget what they were working on, they create a storm of merge conflicts, and you, the human, are left totally lost trying to figure out who's doing what. It is pure, unmanageable chaos.
To really get why this is such a big deal, you have to look at the evolution of how we use AI to code. Most of us are in the early stages, right? Using basic code completions. But as you get more advanced, you start running multiple agents at the same time. First, maybe 3 to 5, but then it becomes 10 or more. And that's stage 7, total manual chaos. Stage 8 is that point where you have no other choice but to build an orchestrator, something like Gastown.
So this is the crucial point. Gastown really only exists for people who have smashed right into this ceiling. It's for when the sheer volume of AI-generated work becomes physically impossible to manage by hand. At that point, you're not just a coder anymore. You're more like a wrangler for a team of super intelligent but completely chaotic chimpanzees. And this is the solution. But Gastown isn't just another tool, you see. It's a completely new paradigm for building software. Think of it as an industrialized coding factory, designed specifically to tame all that chaos and channel it into relentless forward momentum.
The whole analogy here is a factory floor, where work flows through the system like a liquid. This completely changes the philosophy. You move away from surgical precision and instead focus on massive, overwhelming throughput. You just accept that, hey, some work might get duplicated, because the sheer volume of what you're putting out means you're moving faster than you ever thought possible.
And of course, every factory needs a workforce. In Gastown, the AI agents all get specific job titles. You are the overseer, the director. The mayor is your chief of staff agent. Polecats are these temporary, ephemeral workers that just swarm a task to get it done. The refinery is the agent that intelligently merges all the code, and the deacon is a background daemon that just keeps the whole system humming along. It's a full cast of characters, and each one has a very specific job to do.
So how does this factory actually keep moving? What stops the whole production line from just grinding to a halt? Well, it runs on a really simple but incredibly powerful idea called the propulsion principle.
This principle is called GUP, for the Gastown Universal Propulsion Principle, and it's an absolute, non-negotiable rule. If an agent has work assigned to its hook, which is basically its immediate to-do list, it must execute that work right away. No waiting for permission, no waiting for instructions, it just goes. This forces a complete shift in mindset. Most AI agents are polite. They wait for your input before they do anything. GUP throws that politeness right out the window. An agent that stalls is wasting valuable time. A GUP-driven agent sees work and it fires immediately. The only priority is action and throughput. Nothing else matters.
Okay, so GUP keeps things moving forward at all costs. But what about the chaos problem? How do you make sure that work doesn't just get lost when a session crashes or an agent gets confused? The system has to have a way to guarantee that the work itself is durable. The solution here is called the MAO stack, which stands for Molecular Expression of Work. Think about it like this. The absolute smallest piece of work is called a bead. It's just a lightweight issue that's tracked in Git. These beads can be grouped into epochs to form your high-level plans. But the real magic happens when they're changed together into molecules. These are durable, step-by-step workflows that can survive any kind of interruption.
And this all leads to the philosophical heart of Gastown, something called non-deterministic idempotence. Now, it sounds really complex, but the idea is actually simple. It means the outcome is guaranteed, even if the path to get there is different every time. An individual work session is like cattle. It's disposable, it can fail, and that's fine. But the work itself, that molecule sitting in Git, that's like a crystal. It's persistent. A brand new agent can always come along, pick up that crystal, and see the mission through to the end.
Let's just zoom out for a second, because the way Gastown is built, while it feels brand new, it has some really fascinating parallels to other big, complex orchestration systems that we've seen before. It really gives us a glimpse into where this is all going.
The best parallel, honestly, is Kubernetes.
Both systems are designed to orchestrate a bunch of unreliable workers, but they ask fundamentally different questions. Kubernetes is always asking, is it running? Its whole goal is to maintain a desired state, forever. Gastown, on the other hand, is always asking, is it done? Its only goal is to push a task all the way to completion. It's the same class of problem, just with a totally different destination in mind.
Now, for what might be the most astounding fact in all of this, the entire Go version of this complex system, Gastown, with all its agents, its persistence layer, its entire philosophy, was built in just 17 days. That's not just fast. It's a powerful testament to this new way of working, where you are directing the work instead of getting bogged down doing it all yourself.
So the key takeaway here is this. While you probably aren't going to be using Gastown today, the problem that it solves is coming for everyone. It represents a fundamental shift in our relationship with AI. We're moving beyond having a simple assistant and toward becoming the director of a huge automated workforce.
And that leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. This isn't just about some new tool, it's about a whole new era of creation. It makes you wonder, what becomes possible when our ability to implement ideas is no longer the bottleneck, only our ability to have them?